You still love her.
Dude.
Hey! Cap or no cap?
No,
Some
wait.
dude.
No. You just don't decide to.
Okay, Anna, it's easy. Are we on? Are we rolling? Are we live? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the No Cap Podcast. Today's episode is different because for the first time, we are having drink of pop and it's about to get lit.
I'm having a slush pop. It just came from the cinema now.
Are we? Capping on the No Cap
Went
Podcast.
to go watch Little Mermaid. So I just brought some leftover slush.
Capping on the No Cap Podcast.
I'm not.
Alright, cool. Before we get into this, I just wanna say I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Like in terms of like the love we've been getting on the podcast, man.
Yeah.
It's massive, man. I mean, some of you are very nasty with your comments there on YouTube saying you'll keep your dogs away from me.
Keep Fluffy away from a nanny.
Bro. Again.
You are that guy.
And I'll say this for the last time, yeah? I don't eat dogs. Full stop.
You just tasted dog meat.
Okay, I'm going to add something here at the end, man, which is not supposed to be there. TK cap no cap, because on the last video he said we're gonna do a cap no cap question in Shaniki shop, so I'll put it here. Cool. Anyways, to get into serious business, yeah. So the government needs to buy a 24% stake in the green hydrogen project that we've been talking about for the longest time and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we get to that, we did some research. We felt like, okay, we want you guys as our audience to really understand what this whole green hydrogen thing is and what it takes for a government to run a green hydrogen scheme. So now, what we're gonna cover, first things first, what is hydrogen, how it's extracted, its uses, and what it means by the government having to buy a 24% stake, because now like they need actually money to buy a stake in a project that is essentially theirs, which makes no sense. Cool.
Yeah,
but let's break it down. So what is hydrogen? So remember in high school you have your hydrogen, that element on the periodic table or whatever. Cool. So now hydrogen is like a colorless gas, but the expert when it comes to the hydrogen project, they break down hydrogen into 4 colors, right?
Into 4 colors?
Yeah, 4 colors,
Okay.
which I now call the BB and GG. There's a third one which is another B, but I'll explain that later. Cool. So then you have your brown hydrogen, you have your blue hydrogen, and then you have your gray hydrogen, then you have your green hydrogen, which is now what everyone is buzzing about.
The main thing.
Yeah. So in the production of hydrogen across the world, 16% of it is now the blue hydrogen. It accounts for 16%, which is basically extracted in a process called gasification. Meaning, so before I go to that, yeah. So hydrogen is actually extracted from fossil fuels. So basically what it means is they have to burn like coal, oil and whatever to extract the hydrogen. Now with brown hydrogen, it comes from coal, which accounts again for 16%, like I said, in a process called gasification. And then it gives off CO2. So they extract now from the coal the hydrogen. And then you have your gray hydrogen, which accounts for 3/4 of all the hydrogen production across the world. So the gray hydrogen
Is that what, 75%?
3/4, yeah, somewhere there. I don't know if the percentage actually didn't up. Cool. So the gray hydrogen comes from natural gas. Yeah? So from your methane, ethane, butane, and whatever we extract it. Cool. So what happens with the gray hydrogen? It's done in a, what's the procedure called? You see now, the problem is, I've been drinking. Okay, so it's called. Blame it on the alcohol. Let's blame it on the alcohol. What's the process called? I can't remember. Steam methane reform. Okay, yeah, it's called steam methane reform. So basically, they again now have to extract the hydrogen from the natural gas. Now the problem is with your brown hydrogen and your grey hydrogen, the whole procedures give out a lot of CO2, yeah? Which again now contributes to what the...
Which is what they're trying to avoid,
Yes,
essentially.
exactly.
Okay.
So the Western world calls it your carbon footprint, global warming, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Which is funny actually, yeah? Because like we as Africans, yeah, don't contribute much to it.
Yeah.
You have like places like the in the like in Dubai and whatnot, and in the United States, where they do a lot of this
Those
manufacturing,
whatever
exactly,
stuff, yeah.
those guys. But then in a country like the DRC, they do a measurement like per ton per person in a year, where you have like someone will be like I think 3% or whatever, and in Africa it's like 0.0 something for every individual. So we don't, because our industry when it comes to manufacturing like electricity,
it's not that big.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, the issue is it gives off the CO2. Yeah? So then that brings now what they call now the blue hydrogen. Yeah? So blue hydrogen also extracted from natural gas, but the difference is they have a technology which allows to capture and store the CO2 as opposed to emitting it into the atmosphere. But now the process of capturing and storing the blue hydrogen is very expensive. So that's why there aren't really any countries in the world that are doing it. So what they're doing it, they same process, extract the hydrogen from the natural gas and then store it in the air, which again is expensive. Now here comes the buzz now, which is now the solution, which is your green hydrogen.
Yeah.
Now, green hydrogen happens through a process called electrolysis, what we learned in physics back in high school and whatever. So you need an electrolyzer, which basically splits the compounds within it splits compounds. Yeah? But now with electrolysis, you need the compound being fresh water. So it has your H2O, so you have your hydrogen and your oxygen, but then it needs to be split. But then this process,
two hydrogen elements.
yes. So this process needs now electricity. Yeah? But now here's how they call it the green hydrogen. So the electricity needs to be from a renewable source. Yeah. So now you need your solar or your wind and whatever. Cool. So if the electricity comes from a renewable source, and then that's how they call it
Green.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Now that whole nonsense has been explained there. Hey,
So wait. So if you extract the hydrogen using maybe electricity from like fossil fuels and stuff, then it's no longer green hydrogen.
It's no longer green.
It's just hydrogen.
Yeah, it's just hydrogen that they extracted. Yeah.
Okay.
But now again, the issue is the CO2 has been emitted. That's where the problem is. So they want it to be so-called green, so it doesn't emit. Cool. Now we need to look at it from a practical perspective, from Namibia side. Talking about the water source needs to be the ocean, right? And then again, for green hydrogen to take place, you need fresh water. So desalination needs to happen. They have to clean the water from the ocean and whatever.
Yeah.
And again, that's another cost. Yeah. And also going now to the uses of hydrogen, and I'm thinking that's maybe the angle we are looking at it to benefit from what are the uses once we've extracted the green hydrogen. So oil refinery. So they discovered oil in the coast of Namibia or whatever, which is not ours supposedly. Yeah. So. Yep, and then they use hydrogen in ammonia production. So if you want to make fertilizer or whatever, and then there's a methanol production, which is used for your day-to-day products like plastic, car parts, and paints and whatever. So then they use hydrogen as well. And then it's also a big component in steel production if you want to go the industrial route. So those are the uses. You can look at it. So once the hydrogen has been extracted. And then again, but the biggest importance of the hydrogen and everything while they're looking at it, hydrogen can store energy. Yeah? So if you look at renewable energy, like your solar and wind. So let's say in a hypothetical situation, you have a solar farm. So during the day, the solar farm stores the energy into a battery. But at some point the battery becomes full and then you have excess energy that goes to waste. So that excess energy can be stored in hydrogen, and hydrogen can store energy for a way longer period than batteries can. Hence why they have now some vehicles that have hydrogen. But now in terms of the technology when it comes to vehicles, that is advanced already because it came for a long time. That's why you have companies like Tesla who are just pushing batteries and whatever. Cool. And now keeping this hydrogen, you need a storage component that applies a lot of pressure, because the hydrogen needs to be stored in a pressure component, which is very expensive, you know. So even with us, if let's say we do the project for it to be green, I mean, we don't already have enough solar farms in the country. We don't have wind turbines. So again,
you should actually, because you get so much sun.
Exactly. I mean, you have towns that have so much wind, like down south. In the north, it's very hot. But then, that's our government. So now, all those things are very expensive. So hence why the people with the know-how are like, we can come set up the project and whatever, and all of us will benefit. Because they are now trying to move away from this global warming, carbon footprint and whatever. So, and they could also use the hydrogen, because then that's what they are looking at. And we could benefit from it, but the cost of setting it up is what the problem is. So that's going to be expensive. So now it's basically someone saying, I want to set up a project in your house. I can loan you money, and then you pay me back. You see, which is now the problem. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that now? Like, if you think about it, they want to come set up a project in our country, but then they are saying we must still buy a stake in the
project. Okay, so basically, can just take a sip of this.
This alcohol then was a bad idea, bro. Shit, you're not.
Slash coffee, bro.
Oh, slash coffee. Okay.
So what you're saying is, actually, okay, before we even buy any stakes into this whole green hydrogen thing, what are we benefiting from it?
So, according to the president and an article written in the brief, is looking at it from an angle of employment creation. Because, I mean, we have a lot of graduates that don't have jobs. So a project like this will create a lot of employment, so many jobs and whatnot. So I think that's that. But now my question is, even if these guys come and they set up, what happens when they are like, okay, we've met our target, we are bouncing, and since they are loaning us money, and throughout the project, I'm assuming we have to be paying them off. So when they are done, there's actually nothing left for us, you know?
Basically.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, ons wordt
getrapt. Look, this is my again a thought. The government needs to have a solid plan in terms of what they want to attain from it, and this means creating really good policies, really good goals to attain and whatnot that can guide and really define. Because I think it's just a hype of, you know, the West End and what they want, and this so-called partnerships and whatever. But we are not really defining what exactly is it that we want and what we are going to benefit from it. And then look at it from long term, after it's all said and done. Because now you take a loan and then our kids or our grandkids have to come suffer. So, the economy is already shitty. Getting more debt and whatever is not really helping. But yeah, there could be more benefits to it as well.
So essentially this whole thing is just like a hype thing.
For me.
So they've like really pushed that narrative on us, like the whole hype.
Yeah.
But we're
because
not
look,
actually
if you
gaining
look,
anything from it.
If you look, we're spending a lot of time on this thing, but let me move down to, if you look across Africa, there isn't actually a country that has implemented this green hydrogen thing successfully.
I think we're the only country.
However, in May 2020, so Namibia, South Africa, Egypt, Mauritania, Morocco, came up with what they call the Africa Green Hydrogen Alliance, where it's basically a group where they have fancy meetings and eat nice food and whatever, and then they talk about now like policy, knowledge transfer and all those things, and financial support and whatnot. But we don't have the capacity. Okay. The biggest we don't have the capacity. No, legit. The biggest powerhouse there is South Africa, and you can see they are already struggling with how the economic situation is. Yeah. But That's that, man.
I think Iris wants to say something. Something to
You wanna say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like in terms of like when they start, shouldn't we like ensure there's like some sort of skill transfer in terms of like when they leave, we have some sort of maintenance plan or something like that.
See, and that's where the problem is, like I've noticed with our government. And this is my point of view, ne? We get the guys to come, ne? Let them run all the serious jobs, and then we are just there by help desk, logging tickets and whatever. And when those guys decide we are shutting down,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then you leave Thomas there. Thomas doesn't know
exactly. Because what? I've been answering the telephone the whole time. So then that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, we need to document this thing and really say, stipulate what it is we want to attain and what are the negative effects in the long term run. Which if shit goes south, this is how the country is going to suffer and whatnot. But yeah, I think enough with the green hydrogen.
Yeah, that was actually because you know, there's been like this whole hype on the green hydrogen, and we've been reading about it in the newspapers, but no one really knows what it is. Like, it's just green hydrogen. We are creating employment, you know, like they're selling it to us, but we don't have a clue what it is.
Also, disclaimer, just I tried. I'm not a physicist. I'm not Sheldon Cooper. But
you are not Walter White.
Exactly. I don't have a left leg. So yeah,
you did a fantastic job.
Yeah, if I mess it up somewhere, they drop a comment, correct me, whatever. I am an IT guy, air traffic controller at best. So yeah, that's that. Okay, cool. Moving on to, I almost said the dumbest thing. Good news.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? But I didn't again. Cool. Anyways, so there was this is not good news. This is bad news. Terrible news. Terrible news.
It's funny, terrible news.
It's TK. I'm going to get cancelled.
It is funny.
Alright, cool. So now this is where we're just having a conversation. The serious thing is out. Okay. This is also very serious, but the science part of it is gone. Oh, there's some science in it.
Yeah, there is.
Cool. So there's I think the last 3 days. Submarine. Why are you laughing? A submersible. Submersible what?
Object.
Submersible object.
Oh, so it doesn't count.
Oh, doesn't count. Doesn't count as a submarine.
So that doesn't count as a submarine.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, a submersive object.
And there's a user on that it is.
And a Logitech controller.
And there's
Yeah, we're going to get cancelled. These things.
No.
Anyways.
It is what it is.
Cool. So let's leave the object. So a few rich people decided to get into this object to go check out the wreck of the Titanic.
Yeah.
And they got lost.
No.
Please, man.
What do I do? No, I just no. The thing is, I've been on TikTok a lot these past few days, and I swear my whole TikTok feed is just those submersive object memes. So I was just reminiscing on what I've been seeing.
So now, last night I was watching a video from I think CNBC. There's a guy by the name Chris Brown, not the artist, but there's a guy by the name Chris Brown.
Okay.
He was supposed to be on the object.
Oh, we're calling it an object.
Yes, because I don't know what it's called.
Okay,
cool. I called it submarine, and it doesn't meet the requirements of a submarine. Cool. So the guy was on the object. He was supposed to be on the object, and he had paid the deposit.
Oh.
And one of the guys who passed on, sadly, is his friend. They went to the North Pole, so it's one of these explorers.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. So at the last minute, the guy pulled out because he had a hunch that something is not right, man. And he pulled out. Like he said, I'm not getting on that thing. One, the Logitech controller, legit.
That was
no. And
this number one,
I'm quoting him. I have a link. I'll put it in the description. You can watch the video. So number one, he said the Logitech controller. He calls it an Xbox controller, but it's Logitech. I checked. I'm an Xbox player. Alright, cool. That was one. And then second, the company. What is the company called? Ocean Gate. You see, this is why you guys need to be here. So Ocean Gate decided to self-certificate. Like they certified themselves
Wow.
to say like this object of ours meets the minimum requirements to go at that depth in the ocean. Yeah.
So they were the manufacturer and the regulator.
Yep. It's like you take an exam, and you mark yourself.
Wow. Okay.
They took an exam and they marked themselves. Okay. So then and then that's why this guy was like, "Nee, man, too many things are not adding up." Nee? And then also like in terms of like the lighting and whatever, I think he said it was not just was your lighting. Nee? And in comparison, and then the biggest thing that he said, nee? During testing, the object has never been to depth of that low.
Oh.
Yeah, so it has never been there to test to say that it can go there and come back to the surface or whatever. So then he decided he's not going. That's where he pulled out. So now, yeah, there's a lot going on in terms of like, and also the funny thing is the CEO of the company said apparently people who okay, and I'm paraphrasing, people who are afraid to take a risk. If you're afraid to take a risk, then stay in your bedroom. Because as soon as you get out of your house and you get in the car, you're taking a risk. Because chances are you get in an accident or whatever.
The CEO was also in the.
Yes, and I think that's what even if this guy pulled out, the convincing part for the other billionaires was that the owner of the company is there. If the man trusts his machine, then the thing works.
Yes.
So, yeah, RIP.
But that's
Next one.
What else is there to say?
someone.
I'm not trying to be sarcastic.
Someone posted a meme, ne?
Oh my goodness. You go with the news.
No. Someone posted a meme and then they're like, yeah, you guys are just out here making fun of everything. What if one of them was your relative?
No.
And then and then the person replied with like the hand,
The hand.
like a black person hand, and then they were showing like black people don't do those stuff. Like
But you see,
we don't take risks like that, bro.
see, look, it's a money thing, eh? Like the
Yeah.
amount of money determines the type of adrenaline you chase. Because look, if I, no legit, like if I,
Vinny Chase, would you if you had the money?
Look, my take on that whole thing is, it's exactly like he said. You chase the thrill that actually thrills you.
Is
There
it?
are times where you will find yourself in a position where you've done everything.
Yep.
But aren't you gonna like
and
question-
nothing wows you.
Exactly.
Aren't you gonna question it though?
That's the thing. You don't know until you've tried. Look, the first guys that got into a hot air balloon.
Okay, fair enough.
What kind of
Yeah.
trouble do you think they were in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure they were the regulator and the manufacturer,
Everything.
right?
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Exactly. And but now hot air ballooning is
It's
an
like a
activity-
mainstream thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because you and I can do it now.
So if those guys went and they succeeded and they came up, and they did it like 1, 2, 3, 4 times,
Yeah.
then everyone would want to do it.
Yeah.
We'd find cheaper ways to do it, right?
True.
And that's just how things
Yeah.
go. Unfortunately, they didn't get it right.
Yeah. Because you see, look at it this way, eh? If you have money and you can go buy a Lamborghini, it's not as exciting as if you buy a Lambo now in your current state, eh? You're like, wow, I made it. You know, it means something. But
current
I can
state.
if you can buy 10 Lambos, it's just a Lambo.
Just a Lambo.
And hence why you have this billionaires starting companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin.
Exactly.
And that what's the Virgin thingy, and then they make the strips of billionaires and they go chill in space.
Yeah.
Because that's
They're
what
chasing that thrill.
what you and I can't afford. Eh? And you know that's how you question people.
Chasing the next high.
Yeah, you're chasing the next high.
Exactly. Yeah. Like when you have money, you do things that people with money have.
Exactly.
That's why you have this Arab guys and they have tigers as pets. Because you and I can buy dogs, but you can't buy a tiger.
Buy pets, just don't eat them.
Oh, DK. You'll never let the story go, yeah? But again, that's the
Hey, back to dogs again. Eh?
bro. I will never see the end of this. But anyway, it's cool.
You walked right into it.
Talk about setting yourself up for failure.
So if this guy's a millionaire, he'll be chowing tigers.
In a nutshell. It's gonna
So
elevate
your
you.
invite to the podcast has been cancelled. I'll never see the end of this. Again, I'm not gonna talk about it. You know what? I'll let it go, man. Because every time I speak there, I dig a hole for myself. Yeah, no, it's okay. Let's move on to something else. Soccer betting. This is some funny shit for me. Okay, I mean no disrespect by my tone. I just speak like this. I cuss a lot because it's whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. This makes no sense. So you have all these companies, big businesses. In every town, they have adverts, they have billboards and whatever, all over the whole country. From here to the north, to the south, east, west. Soccer betting is huge.
It is.
And then all of a sudden, in the newspaper, our minister says all these sports betting companies or whatever are illegal because none of them have been issued with a license by the ministry. My question is, where were you the whole time when all these businesses were being created? All of a sudden,
Shapo, the guy got shot by the.
I'm sure.
Now he's taking it personal. Like. Okay, not him. Not him.
So he was
per se.
racing Milan.
Okay, not him per se, but maybe people close to him.
that's a joke. That's a joke. It's a joke. It's not
No, but
serious.
no, guys,
Oh my goodness.
we're just talking like
Yeah, no. We're making a joke about it. But honestly, look.
No, the minister doesn't bet. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And on a serious note, though, as a government institution, you're supposed to know these things. You know. And now, apparently, if you as a media house or person, you promote sports betting or whatever, while these institutions have not been legalized, which apparently should be your responsibility to make sure that they've got a license now because it's been announced or whatever. If you start promoting this, and again, it's also funny, like the Namibian promotes sports betting all the time.
So wait, so the government doesn't get any like tax incentives from this betting?
I'm sure they do because I don't think these people don't. That they are.
They
registered.
do, yeah, they are registered. They pay tax and everything.
Yeah.
And also, dude, if you look at sponsorship, in most of the sport codes,
Yep.
the betting companies,
Yeah,
the
like
ones that are coming
PST
through.
betting is
PST
sponsoring.
bet, JSB.
PST, please sponsor us.
We need new cameras.
We need new cameras and better equipment.
Yes.
On the real though.
No, but those guys are doing the most, which the government can't do.
Yeah.
Your Ministry of Sport and whatever.
Exactly.
They can't come through, but those betting companies are the ones doing the most.
Yeah.
And now they want to stop that.
Okay.
So,
Now, like I made the joke, I say sponsor us. So us, we're not a media house, but as a podcast, if we promote betting, apparently you can get fines up to 4 million or 20 years in jail.
what?
Legit. So yeah, I don't know who they went to arrest at the Namibian.
Also, why is the Minister of Environment and Tourism the one,
No,
the
because
one declaring it illegal?
there's apparently an act that falls under his ministry.
portfolio.
Yeah, that says they must issue.
Because I was trying to find the link between.
I read it, but I
sport
can't
betting
remember
and
what
environment.
act it was. But yeah, there's an act there.
So it's like the custodian of the
Yeah.
whole betting.
Yeah, sorry man, the drink of pop is working.
But yeah,
Remember the act.
but guys, that one, it's just a situation of he's just trying to make sure that we don't have illegal betting and gambling houses.
Which is okay for me. I'm saying
But,
why only bring it up now?
The thing is, there's many Ponzi schemes and stuff that's going around.
Oh yeah, he even said raffle tickets.
Raffle
and-
Okay. The raffle ticker made sense.
And that was and that was his first
The raffle
example.
ticket. The raffle ticket made sense. The one
Yeah.
about selling raffle tickets
Yeah.
to school kids.
Because it
and
is
all that.
that's
Yeah,
it
school
is
kids.
gambling. You know,
Like
there are
those
many raffles.
School bazaars. What do they
But
call
Vinny,
it?
Vinny,
In Grootfontein they'll call it
groot is weer up.
Daai tambola tafel besigheid.
That's gambling.
Yeah, those tickets. Okay, moving on.
The GF is up. The
See,
general
boys,
plan.
we're lost.
Yeah, yo, the game doesn't gone.
Daai drink op op.
I hope no one heard that. But anyways, if I correct myself, someone will pick me up. Anyways, what was I saying? No, Vinny. My thing is this: why are you only picking it up now? And you know, look, the statement says that none of them have been registered. And there's so many.
Can I just interject?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like in the terms of the minister, he's just trying to even the playing field.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if you do go into, okay, I'm just gonna speak from where I am from. There are like more than 5, if not 6, betting rooms. They're not even like businesses. It's a room with like a fan and like many slips on the floor. That's all that there is. I feel like he just is trying to make sure that it's all under code and
Because people are just freestyling, like
Yes,
you can just
right.
rent a room and then you're like
Yeah.
betting
literally,
company.
and then
or-
it's PST and then it's woo and
Yeah.
it's too much. Like
So also,
I
I think
feel like they just wanna
Standardizing.
yeah.
I also I think going forward, all these betting houses should come forth and say, hey, we are, because like, how will I know if you are registered or not?
Exactly.
Right? If you have an app and I'm at my house,
Yeah.
you know what?
And that's the thing. Sorry to be in the minister's defense today, but he's been warning these gambling machine owners for a very long time.
This particular minister.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This particular
All right.
minister.
This-
It's always and I don't think gambling machine owners have licenses. I believe.
Oh, but like the
I,
gambling ones.
I believe the PST betting guys and all these. I'm
Everything.
not sure what they're called, but you know the guys that do oka betting.
Yeah.
Those I'm sure those guys.
Dakayo Nune.
No, I got them, mom.
Yeah.
I feel like those guys should be in the green.
Okay.
They should have
Yeah.
licenses.
Yeah.
The problem is, or the only danger I see here is the guys with the gambling machines.
You know where the danger is?
I think those guys don't have licenses.
Yeah, okay.
When the minister comes for them, and he's been warning them for
Okay.
a long time, when he eventually does come for them, they will be the ones in trouble.
They're
The
gonna say
betting
yes.
houses are,
Okay.
they should be okay.
Well,
Okay.
now speaking about the dangers of, there's a homie who owns about 100K to those loan sharks. Like homie's just been,
The teacher guy.
I don't know if it's a teacher guy, but
Yes. It
yeah,
is
Yeah,
the
it's
guy
just been-
from
I don't know where he's
From-
from. I read an article, I don't remember now. Like he,
John's region.
Ah, yeah.
No, I read about him. He's a teacher. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I mean, it took like 100K in loans, and now it's just been betting.
The guy said apparently it's very addictive because at a time he chowed 76K.
Like he won.
Yeah, that he won like just in one like net like quick. So for him, he's always rushing for that, that big win.
Yeah.
But for him, it's like he'll lose 5K and then he'll win 8 clip or something like that. Yeah, so he's always just so he's always just chasing for that big win. So he's losing big money, and when he does win,
Chasing a different kind of high. The poverty high.
and when he does win, it's like small money. Like he has attempted to commit suicide twice.
Sure.
Like he has left 2 suicide letters before
On different days.
on different Like the one time, apparently, his girlfriend woke up in the middle of the night. Maybe she just sensed something is off or a gut feeling, and she found a guy like with a rope around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that bad.
And the guy's a teacher.
He's a teacher, yeah.
Great,
And he
man.
owes a lot of money.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but I mean, addiction is addiction, no matter what form it comes.
And one
They say all
interesting
about
stat
vices.
that I read about this betting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the people who are most addictive to it are educated people.
Yeah.
35 and below.
Mm-hmm.
What else was there? Because they always feel like it's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of
I'm smart.
I'm smart, I can
figure out
figure
the-
this out. Yeah.
yeah.
So they are
Makes
the
sense.
ones that are most addictive to
Makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And wow.
Champagne party.
But at least, which one was it? The one that he won for the first time? Was it the easy fight?
The easy fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy bets a lot, but also, look, Vinny. I don't know if you've ever watched The Last Dance, the documentary on Netflix about
Basketball.
Michael Jordan.
Okay,
Yeah.
no.
The homie used to play basketball and he played baseball at some point. But
Michael Jordan.
yes,
Oh.
off court he used to love playing golf, and every time he was on the golf court, he would always gamble. He would, yeah. But to him, it wasn't an addiction. It's like, even if the guy bets like 10K, $10,000 for that matter, it's nothing to him. And it's the same with Drake
With Drake,
betting
yeah.
200K, 100K, whatever. This guy went to go take a loan of 100K, which he doesn't have. That's a difference. If you have the money, like look, if I'm to bet and I can spend in a month, let's say, I want to shoot myself in the foot, hypothetically speaking, $200 in a month.
Yeah.
It's not really a big deal because I can afford to lose 200K.
Yeah.
$200. Yeah, I can afford to lose $200 in a month.
Just tell us the truth.
No, I
if
wish.
200K is the
If
correct
that
amount,
was
that
it, chicken, the setup here would be different. Anyways, okay, cool. Let's move on to this name. I want us to skip because it's a very sensitive thing, and we're drinking alcohol. I don't wanna. Yeah, these are our people. There's a boy who took his life because he was bullied at school. So I don't want us to talk about it now.
No,
but
we can skip
yeah,
it.
it's a sad thing. I don't want to involve alcohol and something like that. Cool. Let's move on to. Oh yes, our minister is here today, yo.
Same guy again.
Yeah, he wants to auction about 40 crocodiles. Yeah, in the Zambezi, Rundu, Kavango, east-west areas.
East-west.
What is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
East-west.
Yeah.
Kavango East and Kavango West.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I heard you tell me.
What?
Sorry.
At that moment, I'm like, hey, am I that drunk?
I'm not sorry.
But anyways, cool. But then there's a counselor in Rundu, who says that area is about 11,000 crocodiles in the water.
Yeah.
So auctioning off
40 only.
40 only because
How?
11 is they have about 11,000 crocodiles in the water that side. So
Can
now,
you confirm, John?
I only want. Shit,
this guy's be writing crocodiles just for fun.
Bison.
Guys, disclaimer, everything we do here is for entertainment purposes. Even as much as we want to educate, we throw some jokes in there to not make the thing boring.
John,
Don't catch feelings if
John
you're
must
from that
add
side.
that disclaimer.
Yeah, please man. Yeah, it's just for entertainment
Yeah.
purposes. Anyways, so the reason why they're auctioning 40 crocodiles is because of how they are attacking the people.
Yeah, the conflict,
Exactly.
human and wildlife conflict.
Yeah, so this counselor from Rundu says at least he will be happy if he can auction off 6,000 crocodiles.
No, okay, 6,000 is a lot, but also I get where it's coming from.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm saying the thing about saying auction, like sell the crocodiles, give them away to countries that don't have crocodiles. Because, like, imagine sitting in an auction house where they are auctioning 600 crocodiles. It's like, this crocodile weighs about 5 kilograms, and then as soon as you raise your head, sold to the gentleman in blue.
Okay, but how much do you reckon? How much do you think will the crocodile go for?
I don't know. Also,
Yeah, that's tricky. I was trying to.
Also, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Like,
it will
like
be
I said,
quite interesting.
like this
to know.
14, I'm guessing you're gonna have a solid auction where, because you see, in countries where they don't have this sort of animals, and they have zoos and whatever, they are willing to pay top dollar.
But what I think is, the people who are gonna buy those crocodiles are probably people who are into this fashion industry and stuff. Use them for the skin. Make bags, you know those. Yeah, because crocodile,
You're wearing ongadu.
you know,
Ongadu.
Lacoste. okay, not Lacoste. but I just feel like
Lacoste.
a lot of the people that are gonna buy this, because in the whole country I only know of one crocodile farm, which is the one in OTT, and I'm sure they are pretty off. They are well off with the crocodiles because they are mating and stuff. So I don't think they really need more. So other than that, I feel like it's just gonna be fashion houses, man, that are gonna buy these crocodiles. and use them for the skin.
Louis Vuitton buys 1,000 crocodiles.
And use them for the skin.
If
That's what I
these
think.
crocodiles are killing people and the council wants us to sell at 6,000, sell 6,000. I'm just thinking like
Never they got it cheap.
yeah, like cheap. I
I
mean,
mean, so they are
if
also
we
finishing
have-
the catfish
we
in the river.
we have about 11k, so we still have 5k left. So
You know.
it's funny,
Is
baby.
it baby?
And yeah, the things are meeting on a very fast pace, clearly, according to the numbers. But John, though, like those memes you see on the internet where there's a guy riding a crocodile, is that Photoshop or is it like? Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, brother.
You see the problem about this podcast here? People are allowed to come at me, but when I it's come tribalism, what, I'm a hater. Okay, Annie, let's move on now. Oh, but do you eat crocodile meat?
No.
Have you had it before?
There by Rundu Beach, there's a restaurant. What's it called? The
Tamuti.
Tamuti.
Yes.
They sell it on the menu.
Is it? I'm sure you've tried it.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Okay, no, I have actually.
Yeah,
I
man.
have.
How's the texture?
Vinny, have you tried crocodile meat?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
You have tried it.
Yeah.
You tried dog.
Yeah, you might as well.
I actually have, eh?
Did
I
it
have.
give you
Crocodile.
indigestion?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It tastes like chicken.
Like
Did it
Komodo
give you
dragon.
indigestion?
But you know the ones that they sell or cook are like
The young
You're
ones.
known for eating funny things. You.
Komodo dragon.
I should have.
Oh yes, I've tried it. I've tried a Komodo dragon
Wow.
without knowing. The guys only called me, and then we were like,
And then you're like, this is nice.
you know, and I was hungry.
Was it
And I
fishy?
ate, and then they showed me.
Come
like,
on.
What?
Was it fishy?
Tortoise. I've heard
That
of
was
tortoise.
That pun was intended.
I'm eating garlic in it.
Did they throw garlic in it?
Yeah, everything with garlic and
Yeah.
pepper.
There's something.
Oh,
yeah. That's the cheat code,
Yeah,
man.
There's something fishy here.
Mm.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, eating weird stuff, but okay.
But hey, we are still here, man. We didn't die. Anyways, moving on. Again, another. I don't want to talk about serious things anymore. Okay?
What's that? Oh, the exec. Nah, we
Cool.
can skip
That's
that.
fine. Let's just
No, no.
run it up.
Mm.
So,
What happened?
there's an executive from NAMCOR who I think again, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this. If I'm wrong, correct me. She served a contract for 5 years and then it lapsed and then she wanted it to be extended.
Yeah.
But then the board of the company didn't want to extend, so then she decided to take them to court.
Mm-hmm.
So now apparently they are paying her out 1.6 million to chill and relax and enjoy life.
On what basis
They don't want to renew.
did she take them to court? Because you sign a 5-year contract. I'm sure it's not like compulsory. Like we are going to renew. We have to review your.
I don't know, but I'm guessing if she had the power to take them to court, it was maybe stipulated
In
I'm
a
assuming
contract.
in a
Oh,
contract
okay.
that if you meet your, let's say, performance or
Contract,
whatever,
okay.
you can get a renewal or
Mm.
whatnot. Yeah. But now the funny thing is this. Not say funny. When in 2018, according to the Namibian, in 2018, when she got her contract, she was earning $88,000 a month. Yeah. But at the end of her 5-year contract, the last paycheck she was getting, just 180K.
So she got 100K.
100K in the space of
in the
5
space
years.
of 5 years.
So,
If I was part of the board,
Summer well, bro. Yeah. 'Cause- bro.
but I can understand why the board don't want to renew her thing.
But I don't think
because-
she's the only executive that earns that kind of money also. So it's
Or
probably
maybe she was trying to level up to everyone's.
no. I think
Or
I think that kind of increment. I'm assuming that the whole executive when she gets a raise, they also got raises.
Right.
So I think they're all at the same playing field. It's just the board didn't want to renew her contract.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
So now they're paying her 1.6, but if it was me, I wouldn't take it. Because if I get 1.6 and then China, if I get 180K a month, bruh, renew my contract because give me my money for another 5 years.
But the thing is tricky because you might fight it
And
and then not take the 1.6 and lose the case, and then you go home empty-handed. I really love it too,
But yeah, that's that, man.
as they would say
Yeah.
in Oshawa. But anyways,
But you know,
I understand. Sorry.
Sorry.
I understand why she would be on that 180 whatever per month thingy, because the last guy that they wanted to bring in as managing director, like temporarily,
Yeah.
he was requesting 350k per month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ma, Sero,
What?
we don't. Quick question though.
That happened.
We don't. Do we not study enough? What are we lacking to get to this nice levels?
Lord Wayne.
What?
That's all I can say.
But yeah.
No, that like Lord Wayne.
That was an interesting.
Yeah. But hey, it's nice. That's
No,
nice.
Vinny.
Eh,
Shoot, bro.
eh,
Shoot, bro.
that was an interesting negotiation by that guy, because right now he's in government, but
Oh.
he made that 350 claim based on a position he previously held
Yes.
at Nedbank,
Mm-hmm.
meaning whatever it is he's making now is not
Oh, I remember he said I used to
So-
earn this much at
Yeah.
Nedbank.
at Nedbank. If he was making that much, he would have said, or if he was making that much right now,
Mhm.
you'd have said, I'm making this much.
Much, yeah.
Instead, he said,
Exactly.
I made that,
That
much.
much,
at
yeah.
Nedbank."
Exactly.
Me?
But
Uh,
also,
homie was trying his luck.
yeah, he was, because also I'm thinking, because he was a special advisor in the government.
Yeah.
And we all know that the government, they do have their own pay structures and everything. I mean, even the president is not on 350 a month,
Yeah.
because the president's salary, by the way, is public.
Yeah.
Knowledge. But he doesn't earn that much.
Government
so
office is government office.
Exactly.
As,
Like
uh,
there's a certain.
Yeah, and you know, I'm taking us away from the
Okay.
whole conversation.
Mm.
But like when you are a public servant,
Yeah.
it's to serve the,
The public, yes.
You are earning a salary just to make ends meet or whatever. But it's like, look, you feel like you want to do better for your nation or whatever. You're taking a sacrifice of their hands wide, you know. Yeah, I mean, there's no one who's at those guys at Nedbank, the top chiefs or whatever. You can't compare them to those guys.
Yeah.
But now again, the whole thing I was trying to say, man, it makes me think the conversation we had in the last episode with the repo rate and whatnot, in you taking a loan of 2 million in let's say 20 years, having to pay back 7 million. These are the type of loans where those guys can take. Like the rest of us really can't afford those things if you think about it.
Yeah.
man. But even that, Vinny, in a situation like this where you get now your 1.5 or 1.6 is your last payout, and you owe the bank the 7 mil, and even let's say now, I don't know how much you'll be paying off. Oh, but jeez, man, 180 is a lot, brother.
That's crazy.
180 is a lot. Now I think about it, you can literally.
That's someone's annual salary.
No, no.
Annual
You
salary.
can literally drive a car where you pay 30k a month
Yeah.
if you want. Not that there's a car that's expensive unless you're driving a Lambo, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, maybe like
Range Rover.
Range Rover.
the latest Range Rover,
Alright, cool.
a G-Class.
Nah, you
Yeah.
drive, you pay 30k for your car. You can pay another 30k for your house,
House,
or
yeah.
you can, because like that's
Even 50k for a house, bro.
if you want, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I wanna live soft.
Yeah.
But
you
you're
can.
only on you're only on the
You
5-year
can-
contract.
You can. I'm about to say some dumb shit. You can pay, send your school your kid to whatever school they want.
Yeah.
You pay so much money when your kid decides I wanna go home now. Then the teacher says class is out because you know it's a lot of money, guys. Honestly,
You can afford to pay your maid 10k.
Wow.
I mean,
I didn't do that.
big money things.
yeah,
in it.
like even that the thing we're talking about where the kids, the rich kids, were telling their parents to buy them prime for
Oh, yeah,
$100. If I make 180, if my lady wants a crate,
Mm.
give me like a crate. Give my boy a crate of prime because I make that kind of money. Think about it. But
It's
yeah,
really happy.
it's very hard. It's
Ah,
hacky.
ah.
It's
But
hacky.
you're on a 5-year contract, so
That's the thing also. That's the thing.
so
That's
you
the-
have
that's the
to
thing.
factor that in.
And save your money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because you know people on in executive positions, they actually pay like a lot of pension fund, like yeah,
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah,
Their contribution is high.
yeah, it's very high
But
because
again,
you're just
Vinny,
guaranteed 5 years.
Even if you paid 80k for your pension and you have 100, that's still money, guys. That's
That's
still
good money.
But also, like I've learned
Good
over the
money.
years, the more money you make, the more problems you get.
Exactly.
Because like your lifestyle changes based on the amount of money you earn. Because like, I don't want to use an example of myself, but never mind. Let's move on.
Like some people used to live better getting a stipend.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
No, just
Cool.
saying.
Speaking of money solutions for the rest of us that can't afford or can't make this position, don't earn this much money. There's a comrade from the Swapo Party by the name of Elifas Dingara.
Elifas who?
Dingara. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Okay.
He must be from the east.
Uncle says, as a Namibian, you should at least get 1 million. Just because you are a citizen, get your 1 million.
Upstanding citizen.
They did the interview, one of those newspaper channels about that.
Oh, the sun.
And
the sun
I don't remember, but the total population multiplied by the amount of money Sengiva must get was, I don't know how many trillions. Look, we are already struggling to buy 24% in our green hydrogen, which is ours.
Wait.
How are we going to afford all this?
2.8 million, eh?
You must get him on the podcast.
Multiplied by 1 million.
Wow.
Even the Kali is. But the numbers
But it
are
does
too
those
big,
numbers
bro.
like
I think it must-
2.8
but
times what?
Yeah,
This is 2.8
Exactly.
trillion. 2.8 trillion.
Yes.
Yeah. what's our country's GDP?
Bro, I think in US dollars we're at 19 bill.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, yeah, but that's I think.
Alright. But yeah, hey, if you give me my 1 million, I'll accept it, man. We appreciate the thought, Mr. Elifas, but
1 million
it's not feasible.
enough for me.
2 million.
2 million not enough for me.
3 million not enough for me. This is where we start getting entitled now. But yeah, honestly, we appreciate the thought. Those
how
are
that counts.
yeah, kind gestures, but it's not gonna work. Alright, cool. No. Last,
Are we out of time?
no, we are not.
Oh.
No, we
How
are
long
not.
have we been rolling, John?
Sure. Maybe 40 minutes now?
Okay, nah, that's standard time, man. Oh, but see, problem with drinking, man. It feels like we've been shooting for 2 hours.
I think I need to take a leak.
Me too.
You got it.
Nah, we're about to wrap up. Yeah? So in the last episode, I
Now we
asked.
take a leak.
No,
No.
we don't do leaks in this podcast.
You know the BBL.
Yeah, exactly. Are you?
Ah.
I almost said exactly.
Nani.
Hey, that's apparently those Shandis they leak. That's why she made that joke.
Videos.
That's why she made that joke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Side
Anyways,
bougie.
you're hot.
Sorry. Let's move on.
Okay, back to what I was saying. In the last episode, I asked you a few questions and you're like, no, you're not ready to talk about it or whatever. But in the next episode, you will talk about it. And I said, okay, can I make you play cap or no cap? And you said, yeah, sure. Now, yeah, this way you are lucky. I didn't prepare the questions because you're my homie. Even though you make fun of me, I care about you, no more. However, a simple question.
Is it cap or no cap?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay, cool. Shoot.
top of my mind, I'll ask you a few questions. Top or no cap? A cap or no cap? Oh no, okay, cool. So you said in the last episode, you and your ex had a mutual agreement or whatever. Said, there's that time, and it happens. It's life. I'll show. Right?
Oh yeah.
When I asking these questions, you become mute.
Plead the fifth.
Bro.
Plead the fifth. What? This is not caught.
Plead the fifth.
Get up on it. Can I get a refill? Get a refill, please. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Alright, cool. I feel like
There refill.
No.
it's no refill. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
okay.
doing amazing.
That's okay. It's almost that time where we're going to get a nice refill at
Ah.
Universal Lights.
Ah.
Wait, who? You and Vinny?
No, me and you, and Vinny, and John.
Huh?
It's a joke. That's a joke. My guy's wife
You're
will be
capping.
watching. My guy's wife gets
That's
TV
cap.
time
That's
and
cap.
she uses her
That's
TV
the
time to
first
watch the
thing.
podcast. You're like, oh, die top iemand sa gegoed.
Stop it, dance no.
Are you happy as a single man?
That's not
Are you
cap.
happy as a single man?
This is why I say cap or no cap now.
No, it's not cap or no cap. I'm just asking questions now. Are you happy as a single man?
there are pros and cons to it.
Yeah,
It's a valid.
you sound like Mark Zuckerberg when they took him to court. You go, okay, nah, sure. What are the pros? Your words. What are the pros of being a single man? Okay, now it's listed. What are the pros?
Ik is vrij.
Away.
Ik is opgegaan.
Op wat?
In die straten.
Opgegaan in die straten.
No, it's in Adolf's words.
Oh, you
When he
quoting Adolf
says-
now.
No, I'm quoting Adolf. When he says
Adolf is a married man. You know what
ik
is
is opgegaan, it means
Ah.
I can do whatever.
Oh, okay. But Adolf can't do whatever.
No.
Adolf
It's
always says you guys always take lines and take them to the point.
Bro.
Yes,
We
he
need
always
to-
gives. He
we need
gives
to-
us.
yeah,
No, not that he's talking about himself.
Yeah,
it's just like lines that he uses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he says young, just must work hard.
Away.
Just means like you're
So
free,
just-
you can
just
do
work hard.
whatever.
Alright,
You can
those are
do.
the pros.
I can do whatever because I'm not in a relationship.
What is whatever?
Talking about what
So I don't
about
have to feel
relationship
bad.
ties
What is
now?
whatever?
Huh?
What is whatever? Wait, you said.
Teleconfused.
So, this homie said. This homie said, "Nee, I don't have to feel bad." So the things we're doing and you feel
No,
bad.
no.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Yeah, nee.
No, wait, look. I don't have to. Not that I was doing it,
Yeah.
but I don't have to feel bad if if a hand replies to my story
Yeah.
and I reply also with like a good,
Now,
reply.
Yeah, no, you're a podcast jitter now. They reply to your stories. So what you're saying is they used to reply to your stories and then you had to feel bad about it. Okay.
No care.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways, cool.
Whatever it is. No, bruh, you're catching me off guard now.
That's the whole point.
Is it the slushy?
It's a slushy. Yeah. But now, cool.
Too much
You said
ice.
pros. What are the cons of being single?
The cons.
Yeah, because
My
there are some
cons is
guys
it's
out
winter.
there who are thinking about,
It's winter, it's cold.
ne?
I have to be in cuddles.
But now you're not.
Now I'm alone, bro. And you know this place is cold. So
Shame. Yeah, it's like it's so, eh?
yeah, so
It's like that.
yeah, man.
Double the blankets.
Now, cool. There's this one hand, I know, she asked about you. Ne? This is off topic now. And I told her last time, my brother's in a relationship and the guy is very committed. He's not gonna entertain this. So it flopped. So now can I hook her up? She's like a like when you look at her, she's a 9, and I say 9 because I don't know the personality that well. Could be a 10. So what now?
But remember I said I'm going celibate. So
I didn't
don't
say you
know-
are sleeping with a girl, bruh.
No, but I say temptations most.
Oh, okay.
So maybe if baby girl will entice me with I don't know what, and then my celibacy
She hit you with a whop in the face.
will come crash. No, but just tell her to come out with her chest and DM me, and then we'll see.
Nah.
No, I
Look,
didn't say that.
nah, it's just it's just a
just a
slushy.
slushy,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a slushy. Alright, go.
Okay, it was
Ladies and
okay.
gents, it's been great. It's been nice.
Okay.
Oh, you wanna continue talking?
No, I thought you had like.
No, I'm not gonna. Look, you see, that's the
Thought you were
difference.
coming
The
with
difference
ammo.
between you and I is, ne? Man, just me, you are my homie. I'll never do you bad on these videos. Now,
Give me bed now.
alright, cool. Nah, shut up. You ask.
Next episode.
Bro, no, shut up. Cool.
Wow.
Cap or no cap, ne? I'm giving you a series of questions. All you have to say is cap or no cap, ne?
Yeah, let's go. Is there like a
There's a time you don't think about it.
okay?
If you think about it and you say cap, it means you're lying.
Okay.
Nah, shut. Your girlfriend dumped you. See there, you're about to cap because you're
No, I'm not about to care because
He said it's a mutual agreement.
it's deeper than that.
Yes.
No one got down.
It's deeper than the
Yes.
object that went to the Titanic.
deeper than the 4 kilometers.
Hey.
Sorry,
Too
apologies.
soon.
Apologies.
I feel like anything we're going to say at this point.
She didn't dump me.
Ah.
I didn't dump her.
Ne?
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Things
You
fall
can-
apart.
It's easy.
Things fall apart.
Chino Achebe.
Right.
Okay, cool.
You are just enjoying your freedom now, but at some point you're gonna get her back. You asked for it.
Both.
What is both?
No cap.
It could be a cap or no cap. I don't. Okay, cap.
Cap. So you were Stella.
Cap.
Oh, okay. Anyways, what did I want to ask? You're seeing someone currently.
Cap.
Yeah, broke up because you cheated.
Cap.
You still love her.
Dude.
Hey! Cap or no cap?
No,
Some
wait.
dude!
No. You just don't decide to stop loving someone just like
They
that.
say no cap.
No cap. But also not that. Wait. Wait. I have to explain myself.
Okay.
No cap, but also not like as in.
No cap.
Come on, guys. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know.
So you should have just said no cap. You should have done.
No cap, but also not like
Yeah.
exploring anything.
Yeah, certainly not.
Yeah.
Salute. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is at the bottom of the ocean now. I don't want to push this any further. Not in that sense.
No!
Not in that okay, cool. We have oceans in Namibia.
I just deliver from that.
Yeah. What must I say? I'm not putting your foot down.
That's it.
The words of Aman. Okay, this man is at the bottom of June 7. That doesn't help. It doesn't even make sense.
What does that?
Exactly.
Yeah, what are you trying to say though?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, I don't want the man to dig his hole
Oh,
deeper
great.
than it already is.
It
No, you
really-
dug it, but the more I keep asking, Jay, hey,
Now you can ask, bro. Ask away.
hey, the Undertaker. Okay.
Let me see what you got.
This has been a lovely episode. It's, we tried something different. All I want to say is thank you guys for supporting the podcast, sharing the podcast loud, and don't judge, get mad, or hate us on anything we're saying. It's again, this is all for entertainment purposes. We are trying to educate, to entertain, and also just give you guys a good vibe, man. Yeah.
You know, sorry to cut you short.
No worries.
One of our viewers was like, good luck with Anani's questions. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna need all the luck that I can find. But
It was
light
nothing.
work.
Light work.
Okay.
Light work.
Yeah. This is me with the nonsense. All
Oh,
work is
what?
what? Easy work.
Easy work.
Get prepared. But also, again, like I said, I care about you, so. Whatever. Anyways, I care about you. So I'm not gonna.
In Warren's famous words, someone say, I don't really care.
I don't really care.
That's pretty seldom.
Pretty seldom. Seldomly speaking. Okay, that's been the end of the No Care podcast, and we out, man.
Peace.
Tune hard now this time, because last time you were failing.
What is the difference between I'm a 2000 and the old? What is this?
The homie got his heart broken, so he doesn't know how to make a heart anymore.
Oh God.
We out, man.
Okay,
we out. We out.
Sorry. I need to practice more.
Stop. Jesus Christ.
How long is it?
Wow.
Save
That's what
project.
they say.
Okay. Ma'am, you experienced the podcast since you said I want to be there in. Are you going to subscribe now?
Absolutely.
I wish. That's what I'm talking about!
That was amazing.
Was it bad, man?
Not bad.
This is.
You guys gave like a regular viewer.
I wish. Shout out.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to
Awesome.
brag. This is the best podcast in the country.
Right?
Currently.
Huh?